Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sharon, and in today's tutorial we're going to learn how to crochet this shirt. It is for the 4-year-old. It is done with a V-stitch and it has the stripes moving downwards. It is very light, so we're going to be holding one strand to achieve our desired weight of our shirt. So please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and like, share my videos. The materials we're going to be using these two colors. One is navy blue, another one is off-white. All of them are for flobbing and the fingering weight yarn. Our shirt we need to be light. We don't want it to be heavy on our baby's body. So what we're going to do, we're going to be holding one strand. It is a fingering weight yarn, so we're going to be holding one strand because we need our shirt to be light. Then we're going to be using tape measure for taking up our measurements. Then pair of scissors for cutting off the remaining yarn. Then a 2.5mm hook. Then our shirt has buttons, so we're going to need buttons. Then even this sewing thread. This sewing thread, we're going to be using it to attach our buttons. So the measurements we're going to be considering shoulder to shoulder measurements, which is equal to 12 inches. Then armhole depth, which is equal to 6 inches. Then back to waist 15.5 inches. Then upper arm width, our sleeve length is going to be considered 5 inches. Then our collar length is going to be 3 inches. So let us start. We're going to start with the back panel. Then we do front panel. Later we join. We're going to start by making a chain that measures to 15.5 inches. So to start, you have to start with a slip stitch. Make a slip stitch. You do a chain that measures to 15.5 inches. So let's meet when we have 15.5 inches. So now here our chain measures 15.5 inches. So what we're going to do next, we're going to add 5 extra stitches. But these 5 extra stitches, we don't consider them in our measurements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what we're going to do now, we're going to insert 1 double crochet in the 6th stitch from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to skip 5 stitches and we insert our hook in the 6th stitch. In this 6th stitch, we're going to put 1 double crochet. Then we do chain 1. Then put 1 double crochet in that same stitch of our double crochet. Then we go in the next, we will do chain 1. We skip 2 stitches. Then we put 1 double crochet in the 3rd stitch. So the pattern we're following is for a V stitch. So to achieve a V stitch, you do 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet in that same stitch. So now here we've finished our 2nd V stitch. Then we do chain 1. We're working on the 3rd V stitch. We skip 2 stitches. Then in the 3rd stitch we put another V stitch. A V stitch is, we have said a V stitch is achieved by 1 double crochet, chain 1, then 1 double crochet in that same stitch of a double crochet. Then chain 1, skip 2 stitches. Then we put another V stitch. For a V stitch, it is 1 double crochet, chain 1, then 1 double crochet in that same stitch. Then we do chain 1, skip 2 stitches, put 1 double crochet, then chain 1, put 1 double crochet in that same stitch. We are working with a V stitch, so we're going to continue with a V stitch until we reach the end of our chain. So let us do one more. Chain 1, then we skip 2 stitches, put 1 double crochet, chain 1, then put 1 double crochet in that same stitch. Then chain 1, skip 2 stitches, put 1 double crochet in the 3rd stitch, chain 1, put 1 double crochet in that same stitch of 1 double crochet. So continue working with a V stitch until we reach at the end of our chain. So let's meet when we have reached at the end of our chain of 15.5 inches. Now towards the end of our chain, we are remaining with 1 stitch. So what we're going to do, we're going to do chain 1. We're going to do chain 1. Then we go in this remaining stitch, we put 1 double crochet. Here we are with the end of our first row. So to start on the second row, we're going to start by making chain 3. We are going on our second row, then we skip this chain 1 space of our last stitch, then we go in the middle of our V stitch here where we're putting our chain 1. So in this middle space is where we're going to insert our V stitch, and I've said for V stitch it is 1 double crochet, chain 1, then 1 double crochet in that same stitch. So we're going to insert here we're going to come here in the middle of this V stitch, we insert another V stitch, chain 1, then put 1 double crochet in this same chain 1 space, this one. So we will do chain 1, we skip this space where we're skipping 2 stitches. So we're going to skip this space, then we go here in the middle of our V stitch, we insert another V stitch. So for the rest of our row, we're going to be working with a V stitch by inserting it in the middle of our V stitch of our previous row. So here is our second V stitch, then chain 1, skip this space, then we go in the middle of our V stitch, we insert another V stitch. So we're going to keep working only in the middle of our V stitch. Then chain 1, here we come here in the middle of our V stitch, we put another V stitch, chain 1, then we come here in the middle of our V stitch, we put another V stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet in that same space. Keep working with a V stitch. We are working only in the middle of our V stitch of the previous row. So keep inserting another V stitch in the middle of a V stitch of the previous row until we reach at the end of our row 2. So let's meet when we have reached at the end of our row 2. So here we're about to reach towards the end of our row 2. So in this chain 3, our last stitch is this chain 3 that we have made at the beginning of our row 1. You first do chain 1, then you go here in this chain 3 stitch, you look in our chain 3, you look for the second stitch of our chain 3, then you insert 1 double crochet. So we're going to insert 1 double crochet in the second stitch of our chain 3. So here we are with our row 2. We have 2 rows so far. So to go in the third row, we're going to do chain 3, turn our work, then we continue by working only in the V stitch. We're working in the middle of our V stitch as we've done in the previous row 2. So continue with our V stitch until we reach at the end of our row 3. So when you reach at the end of our row 3, in the chain 3, the last one, we put 1 double crochet in the second stitch of our chain 3. So for row 3, we are continuing with our V stitch, working in the middle of our V stitch only, putting V stitch in the middle of our V stitch of the previous row. So let's continue until we reach at the end of our row 3. So I've said when you reach at the end of our row, in this chain 3, you go in the second stitch of our chain 3, you insert 1 double crochet. So you do chain 1, then you go in this chain 3, you insert 1 double crochet in the second stitch of our chain 3. So here we are with our 3 rows. So we're going to proceed. Start on row 4, you do chain 3, turn the work, go in the middle of the V stitch of the previous row, you insert another V stitch, chain 1, go in the middle of the V stitch of the previous row, you insert another V stitch. So we're going to keep proceeding with that pattern until we get 6 rows of V stitch. So let's meet when we have 6 rows of V stitch. Yeah, here I've reached at the end of our 6 rows of V stitch with color navy blue. So now what we're going to do next, we're going to change the color. We're going to change to off-white. So to change, come here and attach it. Then we pull through. Then we tie behind so that it does not open. Then we cut this one off. Then we do chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Turn our work. We are proceeding with our V stitch like the way we have done in the previous rows. For this color of white, we're going to do 2 rows of it. Then after 2 rows, we go back to this original color. So we're going to do 2 rows of this color of V stitch. we are proceeding with our V-stitch. Remember, we're inserting our V-stitches in the middle of the V-stitch of the previous row. So proceed until we reach at the end of our row, and we see what to do next. So even here, when you reach towards the end of our row, in this chain 3, we're going to go in the second stitch of chain 3. We insert 1 double crochet. Here we are. So to start on the next row, we're going to do chain 3. Please don't forget to put chain 1 after every V stitch. So when you finish a V stitch, before another one, you do chain 1. Even here, before putting 1 double crochet in the second stitch of chain 3, you put chain 1. So in the next row, do chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, turn our work. Then here in the middle of the V stitch, we put another V stitch, chain 1, then after finishing this V stitch, before putting another V stitch in the middle of the next V stitch, you put chain 1. So here is our V stitch. So before putting another V stitch in the middle of this V stitch, you're going to do chain 1. Then we come here in the middle of the V stitch, we put another V stitch. So we're going to proceed until we reach at the end of our row. So we are here about to reach at the end of our row. So in this, we put a V stitch here, then chain 1. Then in this last chain 3, we're going to insert 1 double crochet in the second stitch of chain 3. Then now we've done 2 rows of off-white and 6 rows of navy blue. So we're going to change color now. We're going to go back in the navy blue. So we come here and insert a hook and attach iron of navy blue. Then we tie from behind. So we cut this one off. So we do chain 3, turn our work, come here in the middle of the V stitch, we put another V stitch like this. So here I've done 6 rows of navy blue, 2 rows of off-white. So here we're going to do again 6 rows of navy blue before changing to another color. So we're going to do 6 rows of navy blue. So this is the first row of our navy blue, the one I've changed to. Proceed with the V stitch. Proceed with that pattern until we reach at the end of our row. So let's meet when I've reached at the end of our first row of our navy blue, the one I've changed to now. This is the second part of our navy blue. So now here we are towards the end of our row. Continue with our V stitch. In this last V stitch, insert another V stitch in the middle of it. Then in this chain 3, we put 1 double crochet in the second stitch of this chain 3. We have reached at the end of our row now. So to start on another row, we're going to do chain 3, return our work. So we're going to proceed with our pattern of V stitch until we get in total of 6 rows of navy blue. Then we see what to do next. So let's meet when you have 6 rows of navy blue. So now we have reached at the end of our 6 rows of our navy blue. So now what we're going to do next, we're going to change to another color. We're going to change to another color. We attach it here. So we're going to, here I've done 6 rows of we have started with 6 rows of navy blue. We have done 2 rows of off-white. Now I've done 6 rows of navy blue. So now next we're going to do other 2 rows of off-white. Chain 3, return our work. We will proceed with that pattern of our V stitch until we get 2 rows of off-white. So let's meet when we have 2 rows of off-white of our V stitch. So here we are. So we proceed on the second row. We do chain 3, turn our work, we go on our V stitch, we put another V stitch in the middle of the V stitch of the previous row. Continue until we get 2 rows of our off-white, working with V stitch. So here we are, we've reached at the end of our 2 rows of off-white. So our pattern flows like 6 rows of navy blue, 2 rows of off-white, 6 rows of navy blue, 2 rows of off-white. So we're going to proceed until our panel measures 12 inches like this. So proceed until we get a measurement of 12 inches. Yeah, here 6 rows of navy blue, 2 rows of off-white, 6 rows of navy blue, 2 rows of off-white, and we are working with our V stitch until we reach a measurement of 12 inches. So let's meet when we have 12 inches. So here we are, we've got 12 inches. This is our this is our length of our back panel. So the width of measured 15.5 inches. When it is stretched is 15.5 inches. So this is our back panel. So now what we're going to do next, we're going to work on our front panel. For the front panel, our shirt is going to be having buttons. So we're going to leave the space for the buttons. So that means we're going to use the front panel. So our front panel is going to be a half of back panel. Our back panel is made inches. This is the one we have got. This 12 inches is shoulder measurements. So 12 inches it is the one that we're going to divide by 2 and we get 6. So that means each front panel is going to be taking up to 6 inches. But since we want to leave the space for the buttons and ribbing, we're going to be subtracting 1 inch on each panel. So that means one front panel is going to take 5 inches, another one 5 inches. And for the length, it is going to stay the same of 15.5 inches. So to start on the front panel, we are considering the back to waist measurement. Our back to waist measurement is 15.5 inches. So we're going to make a chain that measures 15.5 inches, like that we have started on our back panel. For now, we have started with the color, with our off-white color. Now here our chain measures to 15.5 inches. Like the way we've done for the back panel, we're going to add 5 extra stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5. But these ones are not going to consider them in our measurements. So insert our hook in the 6th stitch from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then in this 6th stitch, we're going to insert 1 double crochet. We are continuing working with our V stitch. Then chain 1, put 1 double crochet in the same stitch. Then chain 1, skip 2 stitches. So the pattern is the same like that we've done for the back panel. Skip 2 stitches, put 1 double crochet in the 3rd stitch. Then chain 1, put 1 double crochet in the same stitch. Chain 1, skip 2 stitches, put a V stitch in the 3rd stitch. So chain 1, skip 2 stitches, put a V stitch in the 3rd stitch. So we're going to proceed until we reach at the end of our chain. You do after a V stitch, you put chain 1, skip 2 stitches, then in the 3rd stitch put a V stitch. So let's meet when we've reached at the end of our chain. So now here I've reached towards the end of our chain, but now we are remaining with 1 stitch. So what we do, you do chain 1, then in this remaining stitch you put 1 double crochet. So we're going to put 1 double crochet in this remaining stitch. Here it is. So chain 3, turn our work, then we proceed with our V stitch. Here in the middle of the V stitch is where we're going to put another V stitch. So chain 3, then come here in the middle of our V stitch, we put another V stitch. So like the pattern we're following for the back panel, it's the pattern we're going to continue to follow for the front panel. We are working only in the middle of the V stitches by putting another V stitch. Remember I've said when you finish a V stitch, before working on another V stitch, you do chain 1, then you work on another V stitch. Continue working with the V stitch until we reach at the end of our row 2. So let's meet when we've reached at the end of our row 2. Now here I've reached at the end of our row 2. Then in this chain 3, we're going to put 1 double crochet in the 2nd stitch of chain 3. Then now we have finished our 2 rows. Remember for the back panel we are doing 2 rows of off-white and 6 rows of navy blue. So now we're going to change the color. We're going to change to navy blue. Now we're going to come and attach our next color and we tie so that it does not get off. Now we're going to do chain 3, 1, 2, 3 and turn our work. We proceed with our pattern of our V stitch until we reach at the end of our row. So let's meet when we've reached at the end of our row 3. Even here, we're going to start at 1 double crochet in the 2nd stitch of chain 3 of the previous row. So here we are. Now for the front panel, what we're going to do next, because the front panel needs some designing. So what we're going to do, here we're going to crochet until we get our measurement of 3 inches. We're going to continue with finishing the whole row of V-stitch. Now here we have 3 rows, so we're going to add on more rows. No, here so far I've got 1 inch. We're going to proceed until we get 3 inches. So we're going to continue with working with our V-stitch like that we've done for the previous row until we reach a measurement of 3. So let's meet when we have 3 inches. We're going to continue working. We are now our navy blue. So we'll continue with our navy blue working until we get 3 inches. Remember for navy blue, we are doing 6 rows. Then off-white 2 rows. So I'm proceeding with our navy blue. And we want to reach a measurement of 3 inches. So continue working with a pattern of V-stitch until we reach 3 inches. If 6 rows of navy blue reaches before getting 3 inches, you change to off white. So now here we've reached at the end of our 3 inches. So what we're going to do next, here we've done 2 rows of off-white, 6 rows of navy blue, then 2 rows of off-white, and we obtained 3 inches. So what we're going to do next, let us first attach our next color. We're attaching our navy blue. We attach. So we've attached our yarn. We do chain 3, return our work. We're going to continue with our stitch pattern until we're remaining with just 2 V stitches. So here, now we are remaining with 2 last V stitches, and this our chain 3. But for now, in this chain 3, we're not going to crochet in it. So we're going to consider these last 2 V stitches. So in these last 2 stitches, we're going to do a decrease. And for this case, to do a decrease, we have reached here in this third V stitch. Here in our V stitch, we're going to do chain 1. Then in this V stitch here in the middle, we're not going to insert another V stitch. We're going to insert 1 double crochet. We're going to insert 1 double crochet. We pull through 1 and we stay with 2 on the hook. Then we are going to skip this chain 1 space. We are not going to do chain 1 like the way we are doing when we are going to make another V stitch. So we have put 1 double crochet in this first V stitch of our last 2 V stitches. So I've put 1 double crochet, I've pulled through 1 time, then we're going to yarn over. We skip this chain 1 space, then we go in the middle of our next V stitch. We put also 1 double crochet, we pull through 1, then we are remaining with 3 on the hook. So now we are going to pull through once in all of them, then it becomes like this. We are trying to do a decrease and we are trying to shape for our neckline of our shirt. So then now it is like this. So we do chain 1, turn our work. We're going to go immediate in the next V stitch. Then we go in our V stitch of our previous row. Then we put a V stitch. We're going to put a V stitch here in the middle. Then we proceed with our V stitches until we reach at the end of our row. So we are reducing on one side. Our neckline it's going to be like this. So we are reducing on one side. This side we are not going to reduce, so we are reducing on one side. So we proceed with our V stitches until we reach at the end of our row. This chain 3 we are going to do we're going to do 1 double crochet in the second stitch of our chain 3. So now here I've reached at the end of our row. I'm going to do chain 3. We turn our work. We continue with our V stitch. Remember I've said we are reducing on one side, and at first we used 2 stitches. So continue with our pattern of V stitch until we are remaining with the last 2 V stitches. We are going to maintain reusing of 2 last V stitches. We are working with a V stitch. So continue working with a pattern of V stitch until we are remaining last 2 V stitches. So let's meet when you have last 2 V stitches. So now here we are remaining with last 2 V stitches. So we are doing a decrease. So we are going to come here in the middle of our first V stitch of our last 2 V stitches. We insert our hook and we do 1 double crochet. For the double crochet, we are going to pull through 1 time. We yarn over, then we skip this chain 1 space, then we go in the middle of the last V stitch. We insert 1 double crochet, we pull through. Now we have 3 yarns on our hook and we pull through once. You see our neckline, the way it is shaping. Then we do chain 1, turn our work, then we come here in the middle of our first V stitch, we insert a V stitch. Because remember I've said we are reducing on one side. So on this row, we are not going to do a decrease. So we're going to proceed with our V stitch until we reach at the end of our row. So let's meet when I've reached at the end of our row, working with a V stitch, no decrease. We're reducing on this side, but this side we are not doing any decrease. Now I've reached at the end of our row. We're going to insert 1 double crochet in the second stitch of our chain 3. Then chain 3, we turn our work, then we go in the next row. We're proceeding. Then on this row, we continue proceeding with our V stitch until we reach on the last 2 V stitches. So our decrease is, we are decreasing last 2 V stitches. We're continuing with our V stitch until we are remaining with the last 2 V stitches. So let's meet when we are remaining with the last 2 V stitches. Now here we are remaining with the last 2 V stitches. So in these last 2 V stitches, we are going to do a decrease. We're going to first do chain 1. So I've said in a decrease, you go in the middle of a V stitch, you put 1 double crochet, you pull through 1, you skip this chain 1 space, then you go in the middle of another V stitch, you put 1 double crochet, you pull through 1. Now have 3 remaining on the hook, then we pull through once. Here is our decrease. So do chain 1, we turn our work. So we're going to do this part for the decrease is going to be 2 inches. This previous one, before a decrease, we did 3 inches. Remember our front panel is 5 inches. So those 5 inches, 2 inches are for decrease. So we're going to decrease until we get 2 inches. So we do chain 1, turn our work, then we work with our V stitch until we reach at the end of our row. So continue working with our V stitch until we reach at the end of our row. So let's meet when we have reached at the end of our row and we see what to do next. So now here I've reached at the end of our row. So if we get our tape measure to take our measurement, we see we're going to add 1 row for a decrease, then we shall be done. So we do chain 3, then we turn our work, then we proceed with our V stitch until we are remaining with the last 2 V stitches. When you reach in the last 2 V stitches, we're going to do a decrease. Now in these last 2 V stitches, we're going to do a decrease. Here we are. So if we put our tape measure, I've got 5 inches. So our front panel, one part is 5 inches. So we're going to do this. We're going to do the same for the next front part, the second part. So this is the first part of the front panel. So we're going to do the second part of the front panel. The way we've done for the first part of the front panel is that we're going to do it. We're going to do 3 inches of no decrease. Then we do 2 inches of decrease which add up 5 inches. So only the difference for the first part, we have started with off-white. Now with the second part, we're going to start with our foundation chain is going to be in color navy blue. So we're going to repeat the process that we've done for this first part of the front panel, and you do the same for the second part of the front panel. So let's meet when we have 2 panels of the front panel and we see what to do next. So now here we are with our 3 panels. We have these 2 front panels. Have these ones. These 2 are for front panels. Front panel has 2 parts. Yeah. Then this is our back panel. So we have our 3 parts. So now it's time to join. This is our back panel, comes first. Then we put our front panel, the first part. Then this is our second part of our front panel. So now to join, we're going to first attach our stitch markers. We're going to come here and join with our stitch markers. The reason why we attach our stitch markers, we need, like when we are joining, they stay in one position. You don't find we are leaving out some part outside. Now to join, we're going to insert our hook on one side of our shirt. We attach iron, then we're going to pull through, then you do chain 1, then you put again the hook, you do another single crochet. So we're going to join using a single crochet. Then we go in the next stitch, we put a single crochet. We are joining in the ends. We are joining using a single crochet. We are inserting a hook at the edges of our panels. You insert the hook in the one side of the front panel, then pass it through to another side of the back panel. We are joining using a single crochet. Now here we have finished attaching our front panel to the back panel. Here it is. So what we're going to do next, we're going to work on our sleeves. Our sleeves, we're going to work on them separately, then we'll attach them later. So to start on our sleeves, we're going to make a chain that measures 5 inches. Our chain measures 5 inches. So what we're going to do next, we're going to add extra 5 stitches. But these 5 stitches, we're not going to consider them in our measurements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So insert our hook in our 6th stitch from our hook. We are proceeding with our pattern of V stitch. We put 1 double crochet, then chain 1, then 1 double crochet in that same stitch where I've put 1 double crochet. Then chain 1, skip 2 stitches, put 1 double crochet in the 3rd stitch. Then chain 1, put 1 double crochet in that same stitch where I've put our 1 double crochet. Then chain 1, skip 2 stitches, put 1 double crochet in the 3rd stitch, then chain 1, put 1 double crochet in that same stitch where I've put our 1 double crochet. Then chain 1, we skip 2 stitches, then we put our V stitch. I've said our V stitch is achieved by 1 double crochet, chain 1, then 1 double crochet in that same stitch. Then chain 1, skip 2 stitches, then put a V stitch. Then chain 1, skip 2 stitches, put a V stitch in the 3rd stitch. Then chain 1, then skip 2 stitches, put a V stitch in the 3rd stitch. So you're going to proceed until you reach at the end of our chain 5 inches. Chain 1, skip 2 stitches, then put a V stitch in the 3rd stitch. Then chain 1, skip 2 stitches, put a V stitch in the 3rd stitch. Now here I've reached at the end of our chain. In this remaining stitch, you're going to do chain 1. Then in this remaining stitch, you put 1 double crochet. I've reached at the end of our chain of 5 inches. So now we're going to do chain 3. Turn our work, then we come back here where we put a V stitch in the middle of our V stitch of our previous row. So we're proceeding with that pattern of our V stitch until we reach at the end of our row. After a V stitch, you do chain 1, then you come in the next V stitch, you put another V stitch in the middle of the V stitch of the previous row. Then chain 1, come here in the middle of a V stitch, you put another V stitch. So proceed with that pattern of a V stitch until we reach at the end of our row 2. So let's meet when we've reached at the end of our row 2. So now we have reached at the end of our row 2 with our off-white color. So now what we're going to do next, we're going to change our color navy blue. We're going to continue the way we've been alternating the colors. So now we're attaching iron of our navy blue. So we're going to do chain 3, turn our work. Then we're going to proceed with our V stitch pattern. We're working only here in the middle of our V stitch. Here in the middle of our V stitch is where we're going to keep putting another V stitch. So you come here in the middle of a V stitch, you insert another V stitch. Remember, we are doing 2 rows of off-white and 6 rows of navy blue. So proceed with our V stitch until you get 6 rows of navy blue. So let's meet when we have 6 rows of navy blue and we see what to do next. So now here I've reached at the end of our 6 rows of navy blue. So what we're going to do, we're going to change to off-white because our pattern flows. If you do 6 rows of navy blue, you do 2 rows of off-white. So for this sleeve, I've started with off-white. So I've done 2 rows of off-white. Then after, I've done 6 rows of navy blue. So now we're going to do 2 rows of off-white. So we're going to do chain 3. Then we turn our work. Then we're going to do 2 rows of off-white. Continue until we get 2 rows of off-white. So let's meet when we have 2 rows of off-white and we see what to do next. So now here I've reached at the end of our 2 rows of off-white. And we're going to proceed with that pattern until we get a length of 12 inches. Yeah, proceed with our V pattern, 2 rows of off-white, then after we put 6 rows of navy blue. So keep alternating colors, working with our V stitch until you get a measurement of 12 inches. So let's meet when you have 12 inches. So now here we have reached at our length of 12 inches. Changing colors, alternating colors. So now here I've done 2 rows of off-white. We're going to do 6 rows of navy blue. Then after we put the way we've done for the first sleeve, it is the same way we're going to do for the second sleeve. A foundation chain that measures 5 inches. Then the length of our sleeve is 12 inches, like this. So you're going to make a foundation chain that measures 5 inches. Then you work with a V stitch for the way we have done for this sleeve. It is the same we're going to do for the next sleeve. So let's meet when we have 2 sleeves. So here we are with our 2 sleeves. This is the first one, this is the second one. So what we're going to do next, we're going to attach them on our shirt. So now to attach our sleeves, we're going to come on our back panel. We measure this side of our armhole. This is the side we're going to attach our sleeves. So we are going to consider our armhole depth, which is equal to 6 inches. So we're going to come on the front. We're going to start with the back panel. You're going to come back one side of a back panel. We measure 6 inches. We measure 6 inches. We're going to come on one side. We've started with our back panel. We measure 6 inches. Here is our 6 inches. And we attach our stitch marker. For the stitch mark, I'm using a different yarn so that it can be visible. Then we come here on the front panel of one side of our shirt. We measure also 6 inches and also attach our stitch marker. We've finished attaching our stitch markers on one side. So we go on the next side. We also measure 6 inches. I've started with our back panel. So here, even on this side, we're going to start with our back panel. We measure 6 inches. Come here and attach stitch marker. Then we come here even on the front side, we measure 6 inches and we attach our stitch marker also. We have said 6 inches represents our armhole depth. So even when we were making our sleeves, the length we were considering, this 12 inches is for the one side of the front panel and one side of the back panel. When you add it, make it 12 inches. So it is the length that we are considering. We are going to attach our sleeves. We've started with one side. We first join this one side with this stitch marker. We tie it so that it does not get from the position. We even come on the next side of our sleeve, we tie it with a stitch marker, we fix it. We join it together, we attach it on our shirt and we join it with our stitch marker so that it does not get from the position. So now to attach, we're going to attach our yarn, we're going to insert our hook and we attach our yarn. We're going to join using a single crochet. So single crochet like the way we've joined here, like the way we're joining our front panel and our back panel, we joined using a single crochet. So even here we're going to join using a single crochet. It is the stitch we're going to use. So we are joining them together with a single crochet. To do a single crochet, we have said you insert our hook, pass it through, pull the yarn. You have two on a hook, then you pull through once. So keep doing a single crochet in each and every stitch here in the edges until you reach this side where there is another stitch mark. Work with a single crochet until you reach the next side with a stitch marker. So proceed until you reach at the next side where there is a stitch marker, and to be the end of our sleeve joining. So here we are, we've reached at our next stitch marker. Finish up with our single crochet. So here I've reached at the end of our joining one sleeve. So it looks like this. So now we're going to do the same on the next sleeve. You pull through the yarn over one and pull through. Then we cut off the yarn. So we're going to do the same for our next sleeve. Like that we've done for the first sleeve. We first join it with our stitch markers. Here in the ends, we join it with our stitch markers. This side, join them together and tie. We've said the reason why we tie, we don't want them to get off from the position and you find like one side is long, another one is short. That's why we join them with our stitch mark. So after joining, you're going to get your yarn. We attach it here on one side. We're going to continue joining also with a single crochet like the way we've done for the previous sleeve. We're inserting our hook in the edges of both sides of this side of our sleeve and this side of our body. Then we join with a single crochet. So inside the hook in one side of our sleeve, pass it through in the next side of our body. Then we yarn over and pull through once. So continue working with our single crochet, joining in each and every stitch here in the edges until you reach at the end of our sleeve. At the end of our sleeve is this side where there is another stitch mark. So let's meet when we have reached at the end of our sleeve. So here we are, we have reached at the end of our sleeve. We're going to do chain 1, cut off the remaining yarn, and we pull through. So here we are with our shirt so far. So now what we're going to do, we're going to close our sleeves because we have attached them, but now they are not closed, they are still open. So we're going to close our sleeves. So to start, we're going to come here in the corner of our shirt. We're going to come this side of our stitch markers here in the corner of our sleeve like this. So we're going to come this side where our stitch markers meet together. We come and attach our yarn. We're also going to join with a single crochet like that we have done for when we were attaching our sleeves. So we're going to pull through, chain 1, then we do single crochet in that same stitch. Then we continue, then go in the next stitch, do a single crochet. We are joining with a single crochet in each and every stitch until you reach this side of our sleeve. We are joining in the edges. You have to join on the edges. We are joining using a single crochet. So now here I've reached at the end of our sleeve. Remember, joining using a single crochet. So do chain 1, cut off the remaining yarn, then we pull through. So this is one sleeve. So we go on another side of our sleeve. We do the same like how I've done for the first sleeve. We attach our yarn here in a corner of our shirt. Then we do chain 1, then insert our hook again, pull through once, then we do a single crochet. Insert single crochet in each and every stitch until you reach at the end of our sleeve. We are joining the edges. So now you have reached at the end of our sleeve. Pull through once, cut off the remaining yarn, then we tighten it. So now I've finished attaching the sleeves and joining them. So now what we're going to do next, we're going to join here in the sides of our shirt. You see it is still open, so we're going to join it together. Even this side also, we join it together. Remember, we join using our single crochet, like that we are doing when we are attaching our sleeves. Even this side, we are going to first join together with a stitch marker so that our shirt does not lose its shape. So you join, you first tie both sides with a stitch marker, then you come even on this side, you join together with our stitch marker. So to join, we're going to attach our yarn. We're going to insert our hook in the corner of our sleeve, like in the armpit of our sleeve. We insert our hook and we attach our yarn. Then we pull through once, do chain 1, then pass it through again that same stitch. Then do a single, we pass through and we do a single crochet. So we're going to join the ends with a single crochet. Insert a single crochet. Keep inserting single crochet in each and every stitch until you reach this side of our stitch marker. So let's meet when we've reached this side of our stitch marker. So now here I've reached at the end of I've reached on the next side of our stitch marker, and I've reached at the end of one side of our shirt, joining it. So we're going to chain 1, cut off the remaining yarn, and we pull through once, tighten it. So we're going to do the same on the next side of our shirt. We come here in the corner of our sleeve, here under the armpit, we attach our yarn and we do chain 1, then we insert our hook again, pass it through, and we do a single crochet. So we're going to do a single crochet in each and every stitch until you reach this side of our stitch marker. Like that we've joined our first part, is how we're going to do the same for this side. So continue until we reach this side. So let's meet when we've reached at this side, joining using a single crochet in each and every stitch. The front side, we're joining the front side, and the back side, we're joining them together. So now here I've finished joining our sides together. So we're going to do chain 1, cut off the remaining yarn, and we pull through once. So here we are with our shirt. Then this side where we join it is going to be inside. We turn it and put it inside. So here we are with our shirt. Now here we're finished attaching our front panel to the back panel, even attaching our sleeves. So what we're going to do next, we're going to first cut off all the remaining yarns. All these remaining yarns, we're going to cut them off, and even these are stitch markers, we remove them. Then we see what to do next. We are cutting off all the remaining yarns with our scissor. Now we have finished cutting off the remaining yarns. So now what we're going to do, we're going to come here down on the lower part of our shirt. Here, this is the lower part of our shirt. Then we attach our yarn. You go on one corner of our shirt. You attach your yarn on one corner of our shirt. We're going to put some ribbing on our lower part of our shirt. So we're going to do, we insert our hook, then pass through the yarn, then we do chain 1, then put back at the hook and pull through 1. You insert a single crochet in the same stitch where you've put your chain 1. So here this is our single crochet. So you go in the next stitch, you put a single crochet We are doing a single crochet in each and every stitch here on the lower edges of our shirt, here in the ends, in these stitches of our lower part. That's why we're going to put a single crochet. So put a single crochet until you reach the next side of our shirt. So we're going to do the whole round doing a single crochet. We're inserting a hook in this chain 3 space and in this one double crochet stitch. Keep putting a single crochet until you reach at the end of our round. We are working with a single crochet. So you put a single crochet in this chain 3 space, then even this one double crochet that is between, you put also a single crochet. Come here in this chain 3 space, you put a single crochet, then in this one double crochet that is in between, you also put a single crochet. So you're going to keep repeating. We're putting a single crochet in this chain 3 space and this one double crochet that is next, then until we reach at the end of our row. Until you reach at the next side of our shirt. So let's meet when we've reached at the next side of our shirt. Now we've reached the next side of our shirt. We're working with a single crochet. So what we're going to do, we're going to do chain 1. We turn our work, we insert a single crochet in that same stitch we have done as a chain 1. So we're going to turn your work, you're going to do, then we do a single crochet in the next stitch. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep doing a single crochet in each and every stitch for this next row. We're going to keep working with a single crochet for this next row until you reach on the next side of our shirt. So keep doing a single crochet in each and every stitch until you reach at the end of our row. So the one I've finished is our row 1. So what we are doing now is our row 2. So let's meet when we continue working with a single crochet in each and every stitch until we reach at the end of our row 2. Then we see what to do next. So now here I've reached at the end of our row 2. So we're going to do chain 1. So we're going to continue. We're going to do chain 1, turn our work. We continue with a single crochet. So we're going to continue working with a single crochet until you get a measurement of 1 inch. Our finishing should be measuring to 1 inch. So let's meet when you have 1 inch. Now here I've reached the measurement of our ribbing of 1 inch. So we are done with the down part of our shirt. So what we're going to do next, we're going to come on our sleeves and also do finishing. But for this time, here on our sleeves, we're going to do only 2 rounds of a single crochet. Now to start, we come and touch our yarn. We pass it through. We do chain 1, then put a single crochet in that same space where I've done our chain 1. Now we have done in our 1 double crochet. So now we're going to go in our chain 3 space. We do single crochet. Now here we go in our 1 double crochet. This 1 double crochet is after chain 3 space. We put single crochet. Then we come here in our chain 3 space. We put a single crochet. Then we come here and the next 1 double crochet that is after chain 3 space, we put a single crochet. So you're going to keep repeating until you reach to the next side of our sleeve. So you're going to go around, we're going to go around our sleeve using a single crochet by doing a single crochet in this chain 3 space and a single crochet in this 1 double crochet after chain 3 space. So continue working with a single crochet until you do around the sleeve. We are trying to do finishing. So I've said you put a single crochet in this chain 3 space, then a single crochet in this 1 double crochet that is after chain 3 space. So continue working until we reach at the next side of our sleeve where I've started from. So now you have reached the end of our round 1. So what you're going to do, you're going to do a slip stitch on top of this chain 1 of a single crochet. Then you do chain 1, then put a single crochet in that same stitch we have put chain 1. Then now we're going to go around again with a single crochet. So we're going to do a single crochet in each and every stitch until you reach at the end of our round 2. For the sleeves, I've said we're going to do only 2 rounds. So this is the last one. Keep doing a single crochet in each and every stitch until you reach at the end of our round 2. So let's meet when we've reached at the end of our round 2. So now here I've reached at the end of our round 2. So what we're going to do, we'll do a slip stitch on top of chain 1 of a single crochet. Then you cut off the yarn. So what we've done on the finishing we've done on one sleeve, we're going to do it the same on another sleeve. Remember, we're working with a single crochet. So do the process we've done for it, and you do the same on a second sleeve. So let's meet when we've finished our sleeves. So here we are done with finishing on our 2 sleeves and even on lower part of our shirt. So what we're going to do next, we're going to do finishing on our front part of our shirt. Remember, when we were working on our front part of our shirt, we left 1 inch on each part. So we're going to do 1 inch on one side, and we do also 1 inch on the next part. So we're going to do 1 inch here and 1 inch here. But this time around, we're not going to do finishing with single crochet. We're going to be working with 1 double crochet. So to start off, we're going to insert a hook on one lower part of our shirt. On the very last row of our shirt, we're going to insert a hook where we're doing our ribbing. So where our ribbing of our lower part ends from, so we're going to be starting our ribbing for the front panel. So insert a hook and attach your yarn, we do chain 2. Then we insert 1 double crochet in that same stitch we have done chain 2. So then we go in the next stitch, you do 1 double crochet. Then you go in the next stitch, you do 1 double crochet. Then you go in the next side stitch, you do 1 double crochet. You do 1 double crochet, the next stitch. Then you go in the next stitch, put 1 double crochet. Continue working with the 1 double crochet in each and every stitch. Then when you reach here on this part where there is chain 3, in this chain 3 space, we're going to insert 1 double crochet. Remember the other time when we were working with the sleeves, we were inserting a single crochet in this chain 3 space, but now we're going to insert 1 double crochet in this chain 3 space. Then even here in this 1 double crochet, we insert 1 double crochet. So keep putting 1 double crochet in each and every stitch until you reach at this side of our shirt, on the topmost part of our shirt. So continue working with 1 double crochet in each and every stitch. When you reach on this chain 3 space, you put 1 double crochet. So let's meet when we have reached on this topmost part of our front panel of our shirt. This is the first part of our front panel. So even here in this V stitch, in this chain 1 space of our V stitch, we are going to put 1 double crochet. Put 1 double crochet in this chain 3 space, then put 1 double crochet in each and every stitch. Then when you reach on the V stitch, put 1 double crochet in this chain 1 space of our V stitch. So let's meet when we have reached the topmost part of our front panel of our shirt. Now we have reached at the end of our topmost part of our front panel. This is of our first part. So what we're going to do next, we're going to do chain 2, chain 1, chain 2. Then we turn our work. Then we put 1 double crochet in that same stitch we have put chain 2. Then now we do one double crochet, but for this time around we want to cater for our buttons. So we're going to start leaving space for the buttons. So to cater for our buttons, so after reaching at the topmost part of our shirt, we're going to do chain 2, turn our work, then we put one double crochet in this very first stitch where we've put chain 2. So then we put one double crochet in the next stitch, then we put one double crochet. So we're going to count 10 stitches. So this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So here after 10 stitches we're going to cater for our buttons. So I've counted 10 stitches, so we're going to do chain 1, we skip 2 stitches, 1 2, then in the third stitch we put one double crochet, then we continue with one double crochet. For the second button we're going to count 20 stitches, then after 20 stitches we cater for another button. So we have done 1, then we count 20 stitches, 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20. So I've counted 20 stitches for our second button. So we're going to do chain 1, skip 2 stitches, 1 2, then put one double crochet in the third stitch. So even here we're going to count more 20 stitches, then you leave another space for our third button. So now we're finished catering for our third button. So we're going to continue count more 20 stitches. After 20 stitches you cater for the fourth button. Remember I've said to cater for the button, when after counting 20 stitches you do chain 1, skip 2 stitches, then put one double crochet in the next stitch. So we're finished catering for the fourth button, then now continue counting 20 more stitches and you cater for the fifth button. Our shirt is going to be having 5 buttons, so I have to leave 5 spaces for the buttons. Now I've finished catering for our 5 buttons, so now we're going to put one double crochet in the remaining stitches until you reach at the end of our row. So keep putting one double crochet in each and every stitch in these remaining stitches until you reach at the end of our row 2. Remember we're doing a ribbing of 1 inch. So now what we're going to do, we've reached at the end of our row 2, so we're going to do chain 2, we turn our work, then in this row we're going to put one double crochet in each and every stitch. Then when we reach here on this chain 1 space of our buttons, we put one double crochet. So we're finished catering for our buttons, so I'm going to keep putting one double crochet in each and every stitch until we reach at the end of our row 3. So when you reach here on this chain, on this space we have left for our buttons, you do one double crochet in this chain 1 space, then continue with one double crochet in each and every stitch until you reach on the next space you have left for our buttons, and you put also one double crochet in that chain space. So we've reached on the next space of our button, so we put one double crochet in this chain 1 space, then keep putting one double crochet in each and every stitch until you reach at the end of our row 3. So let's meet when we have reached at the end of our row 3. So now we have reached at the end of our row 3. So we're going to chain 1, cut off the yarn, and we pull through, tighten our work. Yeah, we have reached at the measurement of 1 inch. So this is one part of our buttons. This side is for the buttons, and we have done a measurement of 1. So here our first part of our front panel is measuring, because we have said our ribbing is for 1 inch, and this side we have left a space for the buttons. So this next part we are not going to leave any space for the buttons. We have done 3 rows of 1 double crochet to come up with 1 inch. So you're going to do the same on the next part. You do 3 rows of 1 double crochet in each and every stitch, but this time around you are not going to leave any space for the buttons. You are just going to do only 1 double crochet in each and every stitch until we reach a measurement of 1 inch. So let's meet when we've done 3 rows of 1 double crochet in each and every stitch on this side. Now here we are done with our ribbing on the front part of our shirt. This side is for the buttons. This side is where we're going to attach our buttons. Then this is the part where we've put the spaces for the buttons. So what we're going to do next, we're going to work on our collar. So to start on our collar, we're going to work with a double crochet, like the way we've done for the ribbing. We're going to use 1 double crochet. So to start on our collar, we're going to come here on one edge of our neckline. We attach our yarn, we do chain 2, 1, 2. Then we insert our hook in that same stitch where I've put chain 2. Then we put 1 double crochet. Then we do another one. We put again 1 double crochet in that same stitch. So I've put 2 double crochets in that same stitch. So we go in the next stitch, we put 1 double crochet. We are also working on the edges of our neckline. Then we go in the next stitch, we put 1 double crochet. Then we go in the next stitch, we do 1 double crochet. So we're going to keep working with 1 double crochet in each and every stitch. Then when we reach here on this side where there is chain 3, you put 1 double crochet in that chain 3 space. Then you put 1 double crochet in that 1 double crochet that is in front of a chain 3 space. When you reach on this part of our V stitch, we're going to put 1 double crochet in that first double crochet of a V stitch. Then we put again 1 double crochet in that chain 1 space of a V stitch. Then we put 1 double crochet in the next stitch. So keep putting 1 double crochet in this. On the part where you find the chain 3 space, you put 1 double crochet. On the part where you find the V stitch, you also put 1 double crochet. So keep putting 1 double crochet until you reach on the next side of our neckline. So let's meet when we've reached on the next side of our neckline. So when you reach on this very last stitch, you're going to do 2 double crochet. Then this is 1, then the second one. Like the way we've done on the very first stitch. On our very first stitch, we have put 2 double crochets. So even here on this very last stitch, we're going to put 2 double crochets. Then we do chain 2, then turn our work. Then in that very stitch, we put 2 double crochet in this very first stitch of our chain 2. This is 1, then this is the second one. Then you put 1 double crochet in the next stitch. So you're going to keep putting 1 double crochet in each and every stitch until you reach on the next side of our neckline. When you reach on the next side of our neckline, where we've done 2 double crochets in 1 stitch, we're also going to put 2 double crochets. On our first row, we've done an increase. When we are putting 2 double crochets, that is an increase. So we've done an increase on our first row. Then even on this second row, we're going to do an increase. But you do an increase on the first stitch and on the last stitch only. Then on the remaining stitches, you just put 1 double crochet. So keep putting 1 double crochet until you reach on the next side of our neckline. So when you reach here on the last stitch, you put 2 double crochets. So now we've done an increase on row 1 and on row 2. So on the third row, we are not going to do an increase. We are going to do chain 2, turn our work. We put 1 double crochet in that very first stitch. Then put 1 double crochet in the next stitch. So on this third row, we are not going, there is no increase. So you're going to keep putting 1 double crochet on in each and every stitch until you reach at the end of our row. So continue with 1 double crochet in each and every stitch until we reach at the end of our row 3. So let's meet when we've reached at the end of our row 3. So now here we've reached at the end of our row 3. So what we're going to do next, we're going to do chain 2, turn our work. So in the remaining rows, we're going to keep doing 1 double crochet in each and every stitch. No increase. I've said we have increased only on the first row and on the second row. So on the remaining rows, we are not going to do any increase. We're just going to do 1 double crochet in each and every stitch until our collar measures to 3 inches. Let's meet when our collar measures to 3 inches. So now our collar measures to 3 inches. After finishing up, we do chain 1, we cut off the yarn, then we pull through and tighten it. So what we're going to do next, we're going to put our buttons on our shirt. So to start on our buttons, we are going to use a needle. We are using a small thread for sewing. We put it in our needle. We are going to come on this part where there's our first hole for our button. We put it like this, then we match it with our shirt so that we get to know where to fix our first button. So this is the first place for our first button. We put our button, you be careful so that the needle does not pierce you. We are sewing our buttons on our shirt. So we are passing our needle, we are going to pass through our needle in these holes of our buttons. We pass the thread in the holes of our buttons as many times as you want until you feel that your button is very comfortable to not get off. So once you feel that your button is very comfortable to not get off, so what you do, you come here behind, you tie it so that it does not get off. So we are done with one button. So after tying, you get your scissor, you cut off the remaining thread. So we are done with one button. So we go in the next hole of our button. We do the same like that we have done on the first button. We also fix the second button. So even on this second button, you pass through the thread into the holes of our button as many times as you want until you feel our button is very comfortable. So once you feel it is comfortable, you tie your thread, you are tying it from inside. Cut the remaining thread. So you're going to do the same our next 3 buttons, because remember we have catered for 5 buttons. So we're going to do the same for our remaining 3 buttons. So let's meet when we have finished our remaining 3 buttons. Yeah, we are done with our buttons. So we're going to cut off all the remaining yarns that were left behind. So here we are with our shirt. Our shirt is done. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe.